Looking back in my previous years, I noticed that I saved about $10,000 per year. And after analyzing, I noticed there's only five things that I did that really helped me do that. And in this video, I'm going to share with you guys how I did that and what those five things were. Starting off with number one. Number one was I stopped buying clothing. Now, what does that actually mean? So, I was someone who really enjoyed collecting T-shirts. So, whenever I would go to like a new city, I would love buying these T-shirts so that I can, keep my souvenirs. And it would be just like, a cool souvenir, a good memory. So, I stopped buying those T-shirts. I stopped buying even dress shirts, sweaters, socks, undergarments, like everything, pants, shoes, jackets. I just completely stopped. And I noticed that it really helped me save a lot of money because I already had so many t-shirts, had collected, from previously for so many years, and I just had a huge bunch. Had dress shirts, had t-shirts, had socks, I had everything I needed. So there was no need for me to keep purchasing every year, right? Before I was just in the habit of purchasing every season or every year, just to feel like I'm getting like a refresh of my clothing. But like I said, I had just so many clothing and it wasn't easy, but I noticed that it made a huge significance on my finance. So that was one thing I noticed. So the second thing I noticed that really helped me change my financial situation was not eating out at restaurants as often. So when I was in university, like we have a very crazy schedule, right? Like we go very early in the morning and then, sometimes we come back home very late in evening, while we're studying for exams and, we have all these assignments and all these courses and labs and, it's very hectic. So, maybe we'll get a breakfast at home, but then lunch, maybe we can take that. But, all the other meals, like, we have no choice. We go out and eat at restaurants. So what I started doing was I just started making more lunches and more meals so that I didn't have to go out. So I noticed, that, once I start eating more from home and I didn't rely on restaurants, it really made a huge impact on my finance. And so, like, just think about it, right? Like, let's say you're eating two meals at a restaurant every day for like 7 days or like 5 days. Let's say 5 days. Okay, so let's say one meal is like $10, right? So $10 per meal, two meals in a day, that's $20. Times that by five, 20 times five, that's $100 per week. And let's say 50 weeks, right? So you have $100 times it by 50 weeks, that's like $5,000, right? That saves about $5,000, right? So just me cutting that out made a huge impact on my finances. Like when I forgot my lunch or when I didn't have time to make another meal or, prepare another meal, like then at that case I would, go out and just obviously I didn't want to deprive myself. So then I would, eat at a restaurant. Um, like I said, you can see how much of a significance it makes, right? Like my goal was 10,000 per year. Well, just by cutting down the food, that was like almost half. So that was my second thing that I did that really helped me with my goal. So the third thing I did was I changed my phone number, and I'll explain what that did. So a lot of my friends had my phone number. Your friends are always contacting, right? Like, yeah, you want to go do this, you want to go do that. Some activities, some restaurants. Like you just there's so many events going on around the city, and your friends are always calling you to like hang out, texting you and stuff. So I end up changing my phone number, and so a lot of my friends didn't have my phone number anymore. On top of that, my Facebook got deactivated, and basically I lost, so many of my friends on Facebook. And most people, now these days, like you rely more on Facebook and you connect more on Facebook. So I lost my phone number and my Facebook got deactivated. So I lost a lot of connections with friends that I used to hang out with. And these friends that I lost connection with, they weren't, the best with finance. They would eat out, they would spend money on clothing, they would just always be going out and doing events and activities like that, and it would just cost a lot of money. They weren't looking for financial freedom, they weren't looking to grow and invest. And so when that happened, when I when I changed my phone number and when my Facebook got deactivated, I noticed that I had less of an urge to go out to socialize and to spend money. So that made a huge significance in my finance and really decreased the amount of cost of how much money I was spending. So I'm not saying for you guys to like disconnect your phone and your Facebook, but this is what happened, right? My phone number got changed and my Facebook got deactivated. So less people were contacting me and I was going out less. I was, spending less money. So I'm not saying for you to, like shut off your phone for like a year or deactivate your Facebook for a year, but I'm saying maybe what you could do is you can reduce the amount of time you spend on these social platforms. You can reduce the amount of people that have a spending problem. You can reduce connecting with people that have a financial problem. You can reduce the time or meeting people that are not looking for the same financial goals that you have. You have that option, right? And it wasn't easy for me to change my phone number, and it wasn't easy to lose Facebook. The thing is just that some people just have bad habits and they don't have the same goals as you. So you need to have friends or people, surround yourself with people that have the same goals as you, right? Like if you feel like your financial goal is taking longer because of your friends, well then you might want to change friends. That's all I'm suggesting. It happened to me and it worked really well, and like I can say it was a really good thing that happened to me. So for any of those people that are wondering where I have been for these couple of years, well, here I am. Okay, the fourth thing that I started doing that really helped my finance was I start working out. I start working out regularly, and I noticed that the benefit of working out was I slept better. So that way I was able to recover better, and I was able to focus better on the tasks that I was doing. That gave me more energy to be more productive, and overall I just felt better. I felt more healthy. I felt more awake. I felt more energized, and yeah, it was amazing bringing that into my life and bring that into our routine. So I wouldn't like work out like 5 or 7 days a week. I would do something very simple, and I would do 3-day workouts. Yeah, 3 days per week workout, and I would just do like a short session. I would work out 1 hour per day for 3 times a week. So that helped me eat better because now that I was exercising, that way I was also eating healthier. That means I wasn't going to restaurants because it doesn't make sense. You exercise to stay healthy, then why would you eat bad food, right? So it helped me eat better, which made me feel better. So you're looking healthy, you're eating healthy, you feel healthy. I mean, why wouldn't you exercise, right? Like there's so many benefits. How did exercise affect my finance? Well, like I said, I was able to focus more. I was like, I felt better, I slept better. So I was just more productive. So when it came down to like, figuring out, my expenses, and where I can cut down, it just helped me focus and actually get it done. Instead of feeling lazy and tired and not motivated, I just felt more motivated. So exercising actually helped me save money. And what I did is like, I joined a gym membership just to hold myself accountable, because I just noticed when I purchased a gym membership, because I had paid money, now I had the motivation to actually go and work out, because I was spending money for it, so I didn't want it to go to waste. So this actually used money, but in total, because of the results that exercise was giving me, it helped me reduce money, stay motivated, stay driven, stay focused, stay productive. So exercise actually helped me decrease money, my expenses overall, by the results that it was giving me. And the fifth thing that really helped me with my finance was learning more about finance, studying investing, studying people who are experts in the industry, reading books. I read so many books. I read like, a lot of books about finance. I probably read like more than like, let's say 10 books, 10, 20 books. Like I read a lot of books. And like I said, my major was not finance. I didn't study finance. I didn't have any background in finance or business or anything like that. My background was engineering, so I had no idea, about finance, so I had to learn. I had to really start from the bottom. and I learned everything that I needed to be able to accelerate the growth of my finance. So I learned a lot about investing. I learned a lot about income. I learned taxes. That was a huge insight. I had no idea, how to do taxes. I would just give it off to someone else. I learned it myself, and that really improved my financial game. So learning about finance, obviously that really helped me increase my income. I was able to make more income. I was able to hold on to more income, and I was able to spend less of my income. So that really helped me be able to hold on to more income so that I can invest it, grow it, and reach my 10,000 per year goal. So those were the 5 things that really helped me save about $10,000 per year. So let's go over them one more time so that you guys remember. So the first was I stopped buying clothing. I completely stopped. I stopped going out of restaurants. I stopped hanging out with friends that didn't have the same vision of financial freedom. And I did that by changing my phone number and getting Facebook deactivated. Number 4 was I started exercising a lot. That helped me stay productive, focused, and driven. Number 5 was learning about finance, right? And there's no shortcut to finance. You can always rely on other people who are experts. They can give you this knowledge, but you need to take the time, spend the time, learn about the finance because you're investing in yourself. And that's the most important part of this financial journey. You can always learn more, apply it into your life, and then just continue learning. The more you learn, the more you implement, the faster and the better your financial situation will be. All right, guys, so that was it. I hope you guys liked it. I hope that, from these 5 things, you guys can apply, some of them in your life. If you like these 5 things, let me know in the comments. If you didn't like them, or if one of them you don't think was, relatable to you, let me know what else you would do to be able to change your financial situation in 1 year and how you would be able to save $10,000 in 1 year. All right, guys, so that's it for me, and talk to you guys on the next one.